simple. The land has been pushed up just in the last 1.5 to 2 million years. So all this area in central North Island was completely underwater up until about 1.5 to 2 million years ago. It's hard to believe, but that's why we get marine fossils of this nature on land. These are marine sediments, and there would have been 100 to 200 metres of water, seawater sitting on top of this old sea floor, and there would have been the entire spectrum of modern marine ecosystems. So there would have been fish, and there would have been seals and penguins and other marine birds. It's almost certainly a baleen whale, and judging by the size of the bones, it's probably the order of somewhere between 5 and 15 metres in size. Some of those bone elements look like skeletal elements, and the upper jaw of a baleen whale has a groove all the way around from which the baleen elements hung. So these are great big sieves for extracting plankton out of seawater.
These bones are interpreted as representing a fossil whale, which clearly would have been swimming around in the ocean near Oingaiti about 2.5 million years ago. When it died, its remains fell to the ocean floor, the soft parts decayed, and we're left with this assemblage of bones, thought to largely be rib bones, which are surrounded by a very fine-grained blue-coloured sediment. And this sediment is called siltstone, or papa in New Zealand, and it represents all the tiny particles that were being carried by erosion from the nearby land, probably the North Island when it was north of Waihuru, and the particles were carried out into the ocean to probably the middle of the continental shelf at the time, and they have accumulated over time along with lots of tiny microfossils to completely entomb the bones of this whale. It was just in the last year or two that State Highway 1 has been rerouted, and workmen excavating the large cut at the Makahini Viaduct discovered this fossil right in the middle of what is now the current road, about 30 or 40 metres below the surface, and it was rescued and was brought here to Palmerston North.